All right. John, what was your topic today?
So we kind of been talking about it a little bit, but it's kind of next-gen consoles in general. So what's our expectations of what we want, what we expect, and then we're going to talk about what is actually probably going to happen. So like our expectations versus the realities of what the next-gen consoles are going to look like, what they're going to run, how they're going to, how smooth they're going to look, how beautiful it's going to look. Is we're comparing it to Dan's PC, basically.
Okay. Well, let's not do that because as you can tell, we're already digging a hole and putting our foot up in our ass mouth, whatever the saying is. So let's not.
You're going against my. You're going with 60 FPS against my 300 FPS computer.
Yeah. So no, let's just go.
Well, yeah, okay.
Console
I
and
need
PC
a new
are two
monitor
different.
to keep up with my freaking computer.
And then, kind of the second part of the question is, every time a new gen console comes out, there are new exclusives, whether they are brand new stories like never before ever seen, or they are continuations. Like people are waiting for next gen to bring this game out. That everyone's like, oh, I can't wait because next gen, that's when it's going to come out, and that's when I'm going to get it for because obviously it's going to be a completely different game. Like NBA 2K. You could get it on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, sorry, and it was an obviously different
Oh
game.
yeah,
obviously different game.
looking at you, WWE did the same thing.
Oh my god!
So
they're real known for
Oh,
that.
yeah. So and Madden actually,
Madden did the same thing when the first Xbox, 2006. I loved that game on Xbox. Xbox 360 was completely different.
Completely. So the thing is what games do you want to see? Whether they are brand spanking new, never before seen, or games that we've been waiting to come out.
Okay.
Gears 5.
Before we start, next gen consoles are confirmed.
Yes.
At E3, Project Scarlet for Xbox, and that's out next holiday season.
PS5 is also.
PS5 is also in the works. They have not announced anything officially, though. There have been rumors that loading times are cut down exponentially in either next gen.
I saw
Gears 5 is confirmed, along with many other things, which I'm sure we'll get to when we get to the game part, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
I did see something somewhere. I don't know. It was an article on Facebook, so hold that weight with what you will. They were saying that right now it's kind of in another country they are putting the price tag at for pre-order at $1,000.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
When you said that to me in the car, I'm like, I doubt it.
When I saw it, I was like, that can't be possible because
then every console gamer will be like,
I'm just gonna buy a PC.
Oh yeah, PCs are too expensive. Your console's $1,000.
And it doesn't.
It's not gonna do better than my PC. So
So what's the point? So, and it was like and when it converted it to a different currency, not American dollars, it was like $895. So I was kind of like, this doesn't seem real.
So
They're probably just trying to rip some customers off.
This gen was like 4 or 5, if I recall.
It was.
So
it was $450.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to say it's going to be the same. If it is, it's not for you, Cinnamon. Chill out. If it is any different, I'd say maybe like 600.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Because I
think 600 with combo deals.
Right, like
definitely.
Like Dan said, like if it's that much, 1,000, like I better be getting something
You're not getting
insane.
any more console games.
In the article, it said that it's going to be completely backwards compatible for PS4.
Okay, but you don't need to make
but
it more
that's
expensive for
no.
that.
It shouldn't be $1,000
No,
to
it
make
shouldn't.
it backwards compatible.
Not at all.
I've heard that too. I don't know if they confirmed it or if whatever, but that would be a big thing that I'd want.
Me too.
Is
Not
I want to take my games from Xbox One and be able to still play them. Now, it's not saying I'm going to get rid of my Xbox One or PS4 when PS5 and Xbox 2, whatever the fuck it's called, come out. But, like, if I wanted to, knowing that I have that availability to just transfer my library over and not have this piece of hardware taking up space, that would
so
be
much
great.
less stress.
Yes. However, then you get the whole storage argument in, because I remember the Xbox One and the PS4, I filled up very quickly.
Yeah, me too.
And I had to external drive both.
Yep.
Which, wasn't a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Plug in.
I mean, what, you have like a terabyte, 5 terabytes for your old Xbox?
I have a 3 terabyte. Mm-hmm. That was $150 at the time.
Right.
Or if you get a 3 terabyte now, it would probably be like $50.
Yeah. So it's not bad to swap and exchange, but like if because obviously games are getting better graphic wise and component wise, and open world obviously there's going to be more to load and assets. These games are going to be bigger. You need to be aware of that space and give that to us. 500 gigs is not going to come.
That's starting.
Getting to 100 gigs.
Yeah, that's starting. Whatever it is, storage space is probably going to be in the terabytes.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 was 100.
Yeah. What was it?
Red Dead 2. Red Dead Redemption.
It was 100,
yeah,
because it's online. That online adds to it. But Gears was 70 back when it came. Gears 4 was like 70 gigs when it came out. They're just huge now. There's no if you did buy a PC, if you're not ready to buy like 2 to 4 terabytes worth of hard drive space, you're not ready for video games.
So yeah, I don't know. Personally, like, obviously graphics are pretty and everything like that. That's not my biggest importance with a game.
True.
Like, if it looks pretty, yeah, great. But if it doesn't have any substance to it, like, what's the point? And then I know people talk about like frame data all the time. That's not something I notice nor look for. So like when people are, I know it's not everybody's thing. Obviously, Dan, you have experience with that, so you can tell the difference. But me, I'm like, I don't know. There's been these recent videos going around. I don't know if you've seen them. Once again, it's on Facebook and other social media.
Right.
But like animation, Dragon Ball Z fights or Dragon Ball, like the movies, Broly or whatever the fuck, they would take it and they're like, this is the animation is 60 frames per second or something. And then I like, it's the video and you watch it, I'm like it looks cool at points, but at other points I'm like, oh, this is giving me a headache. Like, this doesn't look good.
Oh my god. Just stop.
The only reason you want more FPS is for competition.
Okay.
Because then it's gonna show up faster for you.
Gotcha.
Like I have a coworker that competitively plays Overwatch. He's just like, if I don't have a like monitor that like he spends $600 on a monitor because its refresh rate is like 260 megahertz per minute. So that's freaking retarded. That's double of what I'm looking at. And he's just like, I will not play on anything less because I will see it before anyone that has a monitor that refreshes at 60.
Okay.
Which most people have 60.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, maybe I just haven't seen like the high end stuff to really
you
know.
You have
like
to see them together.
Right. Because like when going back to graphics, like I know IGN used to do it all the time, where they do like graphic comparisons between games, and literally the screen swaps, and I'm like, it's a little darker here. I don't see
the same thing with me with 4K when they're like, oh, the new 4K. I'm like, looks like 1080p.
Yeah. So for me, like that stuff doesn't matter, but obviously I know for some people it does. And it's like, I don't know. So
I think after a while, like, you start to look for it, because obviously, like, I played consoles for a very long time, and then Dan graciously let me start playing on his computer, and I actually started to see differences, like, big differences. And
just faster.
Yeah, and I saw that I could change the settings to what I wanted, and, like, when I put it on max, it's like, wow, this is actually a much prettier game than I remember playing on a console. Like XCOM. Graphics on that are actually really nice.
They look much different on an actual nice monitor and a nice computer, because the designers draw out all these graphics, and then to make it work for a console, they have to take them all away.
Right.
Where for a PC, this is why a lot of guys like to go out on PC, because they can just make it as what it was.
They originally
throw
made
it out there, because there's going to be people that are going to have PCs that are going to be like running that no problem.
Right.
Exactly.
Like mine can run everything on high, no problem at all. Doesn't affect my PC at all. That's how they're supposed to be played.
So expectations are better, because obviously it's going to be expectations are better graphics, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's hands down that's what's going to happen, so it matches with what reality shows us, because we've seen it in the past.
That's literally how most gamers want video games to be played. Is
Always upgrading so people will keep buying new components for their PCs. Well, yeah,
Well,
I mean that's any
I
business
mean,
or industry.
every
if you're
console's upgrading every time they make a new console. So
not, if you're not upgrading, what's the point?
yeah,
You're
technology's
staying
supposed to
still,
move
so,
forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, like, I could be over exaggerating, but I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and it was literally in our industry, in the microchip industry, literally a year in our industry is like 5 in real life. That's how fast technology
more than
moves. I think the math may be off, but
it's 15.
yeah, it's crazy.
So the minute they come out with a new product, a month later they're going to come up with a new product.
Yeah,
Because they're already working on that product while they're working on the other product.
it's ridiculous. They're doing R&D every single day, and it's of something new.
And the thing about the graphics cards that people don't understand, real tracing, literally you can see shadows.
Ray
On
tracing?
the ray tracing ones, the 2080s and 2070s and stuff like that. Looking at it from like how you said you couldn't see it, you'll see it with a RTX running Shadow Tomb Raider. You can see literally every shadow.
Yeah, I remember
crazy.
when I was going to school for 3D game design and animation. Yeah, I remember ray tracing being a setting that you could try it. It's gonna take forever to fucking render, but you can do it. And
Really
you
tough.
could see the difference.
And, and now the graphics card popped out. No
That's
problem.
cool.
Yeah, I remember actually that literally watched Cordal Digital or something like that. They're the Node guys. It's their company where they do CGI and all that. And
Okay.
they talk about rendering and they talk about the shadows specifically on how hard it is to really get
Yeah.
shadows naturally in the video game or in like any kind of CGI.
Mm-hmm.
So
It drops FPS, but it makes it, if you like looking at a game's graphics, that's the way to go. The FPS with a top RTX graphics card, you're gonna get everything at a beautiful rate at like 100 and probably 180. You could probably drop it up to, and it's just gorgeous the whole way through. It makes the gaming experience completely different.
right.
And that's for people that want that graphically amazing. I just like having a lot of FPS.
So like with the Xbox 360 is when the Kinect first started showing
Yeah,
up,
and they
right?
started trying to do that kind of stuff.
And then they actually made it better when they did Xbox One. In my opinion, it got better. It didn't have all the kinks, obviously.
The second one's always better.
Yeah, it always is. And PlayStation 4 had a camera of its own. It wasn't.
PS3, the eye. Yep.
Yeah. And then PlayStation 4 had like this little long cube. I remember buying it just because I had extra trade-in money for it. I don't remember what happened to it. It shows
That's
how much.
literally why I bought the Kinect, because
I know where my Kinect is.
I had trade-in money, and I'm like, yeah, why not? I used it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't like
So,
those things.
when it comes to those type of things, like new stuff that's being added to this next gen, what do you think? Like, what are your expectations of what that's going to be, and what do you think the reality of what might happen? Just speculating, spitball.
Microsoft come up with VR.
Yeah. I mean, they're behind in that game. They need to.
They haven't even touched it.
I did like what Dan was saying in the car, like when I was talking to him about what my idea was, and he was like, they should just Microsoft should just stop doing exclusives and go together.
They kind of are.
Yeah, and
They're
go to.
more, yeah, they're doing the crossplay with Nintendo.
But he was with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. know
Xbox
that.
Live's on Nintendo.
I
I don't
did
know
not
the
know that.
specifics, but yeah, they've been the
Sony's the only
they've been
one
the
that's kinda-
they've been
Sony's-
forefront in this cross-platform platform.
They want
thing.
cross-platform bad, because then they can do so much more, and then they can basically just make a PC.
And you know what? I think
Consoles will just be a smaller PC that people can buy, and everyone can use the same thing, and
and I think
then they can own the
I
market.
think Sony. The only reason Sony and everybody's like, oh, I'm a PlayStation fanboy is I think it's because of the exclusives. I think
They were very exclusive strong.
Yeah.
This console generation, Xbox
Yes, they
was
were.
not. They had Scalebound, which got canceled. Sunset Overdrive, while I enjoyed it, was not like a
yeah.
groundbreaking experience like others have been, like Bloodborne and Last of Us, even though that was PS3 technically. But I mean, Death Stranding kind of didn't take off as they were hoping. But like, at least Sony was putting them out there. I don't think Xbox had much except for maybe Halo 5, and then I mean, Gears.
What they're putting out for PC anyway.
Right. Yeah, they didn't have any big punches really.
I mean, Minecraft is mainly Microsoft now, right?
They own Mojang or Mojang or however you say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. I own my Minecraft on both Xbox and PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
and playing on PlayStation 4, it's just how I remember on Xbox 360 before Mojang was bought out or however. And then you play it on one, and you're like, "Whoa, this interface is so different."
It's so much different
because they've actually upgraded that version.
Yeah, they update that one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Microsoft, at least this gen, it seems like they've been doing more of the build their studios base, because it wasn't this E3 but last E3 they announced they bought 10 new studios,
Right.
so those studios are now owned by them, so they can make the exclusives for Xbox 2 or whatever it is going to be.
Right.
That's
So
the biggest thing. What is Xbox going to be called?
yeah, I mean,
They always just switch it up on us.
Scarlet seems like a nice name, but that's just the
It's just
the
so
code name.
weird. Like they just go Xbox, Xbox 360.
Yep.
Okay.
Xbox One.
Why? Like why?
Well, I think it has to do with they seem to be very campaign driven. So I don't know what the first two were, but this third one, how you were talking about, merging together.
Yeah.
I really think that's their campaign. They're
the
wanting to
campaign
merge
for-
with everybody, and
The campaign for 360 was like gotta turn your world around or something.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked the 360, but I preferred the PS3 over the 360. I prefer the Xbox One over PlayStation 4 though.
They were also trying to push Xbox One early in its lifespan. You buy something on Xbox, you get it on PC.
Yep.
It was that one
That's
component, like you said.
they're still doing that.
I actually remember
That's
him and
how I
I
got the
tried to
Gears.
play Gears 4. I was going to play it on the console while he was going to play it on his computer, and we were going to play together.
I mean, that's smart. Because
that's really good because then you're pushing out to the PC guys that don't want to have anything to do with console like me. I don't want to play on console anymore. So if you're pushing out games to PC, I'll play them.
Yeah.
But I still want to play with my friend. But the thing is, I don't have really a computer of my own to do that.
Yeah. So the cross-platform thing obviously has been a push, and then
Fortnite's really changed that too.
Fortnite has too, yeah, and cross-save as well,
which is really
cross-progression
cool.
or whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, components I guess I would want in the next. I don't know, peripheral-wise. I mean, I guess I could get into Sony and maybe making peripherals more accessible. I know Xbox, you got the freedom of plugging in headsets or whatever. I think you do keyboard and mouse on it for whatever reason you want to. But
Xbox has a lot of
PlayStation, I know, has some tough time with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my big things that I just want from the console is make it run better, obviously. Whatever it is, the loading times or just how things work. Space, like I mentioned before, is a big one for me. And then
What do you think about
You're gonna have a lot of angry fans if they come out with a terabyte and that's it.
Yeah, that's gonna be
People
a lot
are
of
gonna
people.
be like, "Are you
because
kidding me?
you can get that now on
Yeah.
the Xbox
Are
One S.
you
or-
kidding me?
So
It
you
better-
have to at
it's
least
gotta
make
be-
it 3. It
it's
has to
gotta
be at least 3.
At least 3, maximum 5.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the interfaces? Because I know Dan hasn't played consoles in a while, but you at least remember how
often they changed.
yeah, and how you can go between each one, and how I personally prefer Xbox's interface and how you can go through everything, and it's very easy, it's very fluid.
Well, that's how they
PlayStation 4 has always made me angry, no matter what, no matter what I've done.
But for Xbox, they just made it off of basically a Windows platform. When Xbox One came out, it reminded me exactly how they made Windows 10.
Yeah.
So it's basically Windows 10.
I didn't like Xbox One's layout or home screen originally. Now, yes, it's much more simplified and organized of the 5 sections. Home, Game Pass, Mixer, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Store.
I haven't even looked at
So like now it works
Yes.
on the front. When you start getting into like settings and stuff like that, that's still very
It's a little confusing.
unorganized.
Yeah, it's a little-
PlayStation,
It's annoying.
I like. You have the two bars. You have your game bar where it's just your applications.
Mm-hmm.
The store's far left, rest of your library's far right, and you can hit a shoulder button to go instantly to one of them. And then you have the top bar, which is your notifications, your friends, your trophies, settings.
Right.
So, like, I think it works. I totally understand why you don't like it, because it did take me a little while to get used to it.
Mhm.
But once I was in it and learned it,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
I
this
mean,
works.
they built off of PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was very easy to use,
Yeah.
in my opinion, but there were some things where I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Mhm.
I'm learning new things, and I don't want to be. I just want to play my game.
Yeah.
So that is a little annoying, but I've just had problems with my PlayStation. I don't know why.
I think the biggest thing that they've done in this new console for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, they're much more sturdy.
Yes.
They've really
yeah.
improved on that because Xbox 360 and
Red Rings of Death.
PlayStation 3s were dying all the time.
Still never had a problem, but yeah.
I had a Red Ring of Death with my Xbox 360, but
went
I
through
never had a
3.
problem with
Damn.
PlayStation 3.
I went through 3 Xbox 360s. I've never had a problem with one Xbox One I bought. It was crazy.
The only reason I went through 2 PlayStation 3s is because somebody stole my original PlayStation 3, like the actual big bulky one, and then Sean gave me his because he got another one, and he's like, "Yeah, you can have it."
I forgot. I did have a problem on that Xbox One like 6 months ago. I had to wipe it clean and factory reset it. But other than that, it ran fine. That was a fun
that's
adventure.
better than it just the parts failing.
Yes, absolutely.
Like the Xbox 360 it constantly had. It had so many parts fail all the time. Fans would just stop working on the power units. The power units were fried.
And you would
Okay.
send it in, and then they'd be like, "There's nothing we can do. You
Yeah.
have to get a new one." And it's like, "Well, can you help me?" No, you don't
Man,
have
I wish
insurance.
I was as like capable with technology as I was back then. I would have ripped that thing apart.
Yeah, I remember there was like so many fixes. Like, oh yeah, take these many pennies, solder them together, put it in, and it'll work again.
Yeah, no. Like pretty much what you'd have to do is like I'd like to take Xbox 360 apart and just make it better. Like see what happens.
I like seeing those things where they take the PlayStation and the Xbox and put them together, and you can play them on both.
I like when they make them a laptop. That was pretty cool.
So game wise, what are we looking forward to?
Well, Dan said
Gears 5.
Gears.
Gears 5, which is confirmed.
Not even for like multiplayer for the story. The story's getting really good.
I didn't finish 4 yet. I really, really want to. I think I need to.
Such a good story.
I haven't played since 3.
Like
3 was a tearjerker.
I legitimately didn't think they would actually like do
Actually,
well
you and
with
I
the story.
beat 3 together.
I can't even remember who I beat 4. I think I beat 4 with Tyler.
You didn't
Well,
beat 4 with me.
I like when they finished the story in 3, I'm like, okay, Gears is probably done.
Yeah.
They did a really good job. Good for them. When they came out with 4, I'm like, this is gonna be stupid. This story is gonna just be them trying to refresh. No, they did a freaking good job.
That's good.
They made it really like man, I want to see some more. Like you stopped too early. Let's keep going.
Yeah, why'd you stop? Please keep going. Like I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm in the thick of it, so I gotta get back into
They
it.
brought all the old characters back. It's great.
Well, except one.
Okay, well,
My
all right.
favorite one.
Let's not get all like tear jerky.
Well, I was mad because in the middle of the game I had to change to a different character.
Well, the guy legitimately didn't want to really live anymore, and he was doing something to save everyone's life.
Yep.
I know, but I like Dom.
Well,
Well, Dom's dead, so I mean,
Spoilers.
what?
It's an old game.
Hi.
If you haven't played it.
if you haven't figured out that Dom is not around anymore,
He's just on vacation.
Ooh.
he's just
September 10th is Gears of War 5.
Oh, really?
Yep, thanks.
Wow.
I still have my E3 2019 notes. I was like, shit, did I do
Wait, is that
anything?
2020?
Yeah, this coming September, like 2019. Like
It's coming out
a
this
month.
year.
A month, 10 days. September. Sorry, not 2020. My apologies. Dying Light 2, spring 2020.
What are you looking forward to on next gen, Dan?
Next
Like-
gen of
like-
consoles.
Yeah. Like next gen games that obviously
that are obviously going to go on PlayStation
Xbox is only
or not
one,
PlayStation,
announced one.
on PC. But like, if there were certain PlayStation or Xbox exclusives that you're like, oh, I wish I could get that on PC. Well, what would you want them to be?
I know there was a few PlayStation games I was trying to get on PC, but I can't remember what they are now because I thought I don't. No, heck no, no.
What one?
I'll just play the one you can get on
Dark Souls.
Yeah, and that would make me cry too. I mean, those games were just ridiculously difficult for like.
Sure.
That wasn't my type of slasher, but I know there was some game. I know I wanted Ratchet and Clank. I wanted to play that game all the way through, and I just didn't keep up with PlayStation. So my brother was PlayStation, I was Xbox.
Gotcha.
When my brother stopped playing PlayStation, I never got a PlayStation. So probably nothing. Not anything I'm looking forward to for PlayStation.
Final Fantasy 7? No.
Oh god, no.
Okay.
I never played any of the Final Fantasies.
Fair enough.
Start all over for that one.
Yeah, they're all independent.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like them. I wish they would continue on each other. That's why I'm so confused when I look at them.
I didn't know that they're all independent. Jeez.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, X
Well,
and
okay.
X2.
10 and 10-2 are together,
Yeah.
and then 13 and 13-2 are together. But other than that,
They're all independent.
So many of them.
Wrapped in their own nice, neat shell. 11 and 15 are online. Or, sorry, 11 and 14 are online.
Yeah, they're like MMOs.
Yep.
That was when.
Yeah,
MMOs
no,
were huge.
I saw those ones, and that confused the crap out of me. Like, how is this even happening?
I don't know. They haven't really announced much for next gen. Like, just looking through that E3 list. Halo Infinite is confirmed to launch with
That's on PC.
next gen, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it sounds like Final Fantasy VII, they're breaking into pieces. So like the first game is going to be Midgard, but it's like fully fleshed out into its own experience, and then the rest of Final.
So it's like a Kingdom Hearts type thing where they broke it up into Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
Kinda, I guess. So I mean, but the Final Fantasy VII is coming out to this gen. There's potential of the other part coming out to next gen. So like, I mean, I'm not even the biggest Final Fantasy VII fan because I've never played it, except for like 20 minutes where I was 10 and like, well, these are polygons. I don't like it. I like PS2 graphics. But so like, I want to play the original, but like seeing that looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's not really next gen unless you count the second part. I don't know. I'm excited. I know nothing's announced or anything, but I'm excited to see where fighting games go in next gen. Because, like...
Yeah, I know you've gotten into fighting games as of, like, the last 2-3 years?
Yeah, California was the start of, like, diving in. I want my Marvel vs. Capcom. Infinite was... we shit the bed. So, give me a good Marvel vs. Capcom. EVO's this weekend. Announce something. Do it, Capcom! So, I don't know. I'd love to see what's going on there. I mean, Street Fighter V is still kicking. But, like, that was a big upgrade from 4 in general. So, I'd love to see where 6 goes, at least art style. I don't know. My big thing is just, like, seeing the trailers from this recent E3, just, like, how pretty everything is graphics wise. Just I can't imagine how does it get better from here, really.
There weren't very...
Like every time I see something new, I'm like, oh my god, we can't do better, and then something else comes in.
Yeah, they blow my mind every time they come out with something new.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I feel like there's not any big titles.
Yes,
anymore.
I was about to actually say that.
Like back when I was like playing on console, there used to be like several big titles that you had to have.
Yeah, like Halo.
Like-
and then
like,
when
even
Halo
if,
2
like,
came out, everybody freaked
There's
out.
Assassin's Creed, there's Halo, there was Gears. Like I always had like all of those. And then Assassin's Creed kind of fell off for me. Gears just I thought they ended.
Yeah.
Halo got bought out, and that was the end of that for me.
I hope Infinite's good.
Yeah, I think the thing with that is just
So many indie.
yeah,
Indie
and no,
developers.
but
But a lot of great games came from indie people like Battlefront 2.
No, what I'm saying is there's so many indie
No,
people
not,
that
not
there's
the
so many-
most recent one, the one in 2005.
From Lucas Arts?
Yeah,
That's not indie.
It's Insomniac was.
They're not indie either.
I thought they were.
Just because they were a smaller company.
I thought they were indie.
Ratchet and
No,
Clank?
indie now is like person by himself creating a game.
Never mind.
Not like we have a title of our company and we made a game with like 4 or 5 developers. Like I'm talking like indie games. Like you go on Steam, you buy this game for like $3, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm the only one putting any updates in this game." And there's one guy, and it happens a lot with VR.
Okay.
Yeah.
VR is big on it right now.
I think the big thing why there's not those big titles, like you mentioned, Gears, Halo. I mean, Call of Duty technically was one at a point. I think it's just because there's so
Minecraft
many
was one.
sequels. Like Assassin's Creed was the same way. Like they made a new Assassin's Creed every fucking year.
And now they're doing it every
Other year. They
which is
realized that because from what I've heard, Odyssey and the other
Origins.
ones, thank you, were pretty good.
I love them. I
So,
love
like,
them.
they've at least noticed like, hey, we need to slow down with that. So I think like there just
Stop shoving it
hasn't.
down our throats.
I just remembered something. It is a PlayStation game. Last of Us 2. That, I mean, I know it's not everybody's thing, but like that's gonna be a
got
big
a fantastic story.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
gonna be a
people
big
love
one.
It's a great story, but it's just it's a hard game for me.
That's fine. Like I said, I know it's not
There's some
everybody's
people
thing.
that love that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I got
diehard fans.
oversold that game. Like when I finally did play it, I was like, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I was like, I don't get the level of
Yeah.
excitement. But
Yeah.
maybe it was because I was hearing all this overhype that it was
Yeah,
like,
that's
My one friend who who DMs my D&D games, he says that he would love to like run a D&D world in that world. He thinks it's like story wise one of the greatest. He thinks it is one of the greatest stories ever told, video game wise.
So yeah, I think Last of Us 2 next gen, that will be a big punch. And then also, Sony-wise, God of War
Oh my
has
gosh!
replenished
Yes!
itself.
They're gonna
Oh.
be huge.
So
Oh,
like,
I
They're
can't
definitely
wait.
making another one. Of
They-
those.
they
After the
can't.
last one.
I can't not.
They were
Honestly,
surprised themselves how much money they made.
Rockstar, everything about Rockstar. Any game
Oh, yeah.
they freaking make.
GTA 6.
GTA 6.
Yeah, they haven't made a GTA this whole gen.
Yeah,
I
they
hear they're
just-
going. I
that's
hear they're
because
going. I hear they're going back to Liberty City, and then you're going to be able to connect it to
There's-
Vice
The
City.
reason they haven't done that is because they've been just
Oh, for
putting
sure.
all this multiplayer stuff out.
Yeah.
That
They didn't
there's
need
still
to.
so many people
They
playing
just
multiplayer.
came out with the casino update.
Yeah, they just came out.
And
with
then
Casino
I mean,
DLC.
Red Dead was a big
Yeah.
one, but I don't
I
think
don't
that
know why they don't
performed
have
as
PC for
well.
it.
as they
No,
thought.
no, I don't think it. There's no hype. There's still no buzz about it. It's a great game.
What, Red Dead Redemption?
Mm.
There's a ton of buzz about it.
Are there?
No,
It's
there. I don't.
huge.
I don't think there's buzz about it right now. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's been out for a while now.
Yeah,
But GTA
it didn't
still has
perform like GTA did. Like it wasn't as.
No.
I think it was because of the story.
Like,
no,
everybody
I think
was
it's
hyped
I
going
think it's
into
because
it.
everyone was waiting for an online, and the online for Red Dead Redemption
Took
is
a
still
little while.
beta.
True.
And you got to remember that people that do Grand Theft Auto and people that do Red Dead are completely different.
Yeah.
True. I
The
get it,
studios are different. So, like, I think the hype for Red Dead was literally just to have another campaign,
Right.
and the hype is that they continue it because they did the original Red Dead, and then they went back in time,
They did the
and then they're gonna
zombies
go in the future.
thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the game itself?
Yeah,
My bad.
for the story, for the campaign, they went back in time,
Right.
and then they're gonna go in the future and go and follow the sun.
Right.
Is what they said they were gonna do.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that's what I'm worried about. I don't care about online for Red Dead.
It was fun on one. Like I got more out of it than I thought I ever would.
And I know that you've expressed that GTA Online is something that you might want to get into, and I was like,
I started replaying it on Xbox.
I
Kate and I play it. It's a blast.
I when I played it online, like I think you gotta have that core group.
You have to have people.
You
If
have
you're
to
just
have-
by
you have to
yourself,
have
it's like
friends.
It's not fun.
It's not fun by yourself at all.
Like
Exactly.
the only aspect I like about it is I get to customize my own character.
Yep.
Other than that, it's not fun. Because
It-
people will
it's-
come and kill you all the time.
Well, that and like any of the missions where you make money and stuff like that. If you don't have a group, you're not gonna make any money.
Yeah, if you have people to play with, it's a blast because
Yeah.
you get the stupid things that happen, or you hunt each other down. Or let's go to the airport, and fuck around, or
Yeah.
or the
What-
missions,
what I
or just the races.
do
or-
like about it is when I switched to PC with it,
Mhm.
they let me switch my whole character
Yes.
to PC.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep.
So hopefully for Red Dead Redemption, you put it out on freaking PC. So I'll play it.
Oh, they
I
didn't,
wanna
they
go
didn't
on
put it out for
console?
PC?
Hell no, they didn't.
No, it's Xbox exclusive.
They're like, well, listen, we don't want to put it on PC because people are gonna mod it. We don't want flying cars in Red Dead Redemption. Like, dude,
Why
get
not?
over it. Like, who cares?
Yeah, they put aliens in it.
Right?
There's a cabin in the woods you can go. If you go at a certain time,
Cabin
the
in the
spaceship
woods.
will beam down for real
that's
quick
funny.
and then zoom away.
It's just like
Yeah, like in the
no
first one,
one-
you get to kill all the Sasquatches.
they're like trying to like keep the name of like, hey, we're country western. Don't care. Flying cars aren't gonna ruin it because I'm not gonna play the mod. I just want to play campaign.
Just so y'all know, Rockstar, Marty McFly had a flying car
True.
in the Old
I
West.
don't know if they have a DeLorean
Number 3.
reference.
There's got to be a.
I know
DeLorean.
Rainbow Six Siege does.
Oh yeah.
One of their maps.
Yeah, I want Red Dead to just come out on PC already. That's my biggest thing.
Those are actually some games that I would look forward to. Absolutely. One of the big games that was huge for me for PlayStation 3 was Infamous. Like, Infamous is one of my most favorite games of all times. Actually, harping you about it, you actually started playing it on stream.
Yeah, I played through them all.
And when Second Son came out, and I realized that in 2, my decisions actually mattered. Like, when you're playing the games, like, my decisions don't really... No,
The studio was actually monitoring everybody's decisions, which then made the third game Second Son. So, like, everybody chose to kill Cole and sacrifice yourself. So that gave them a new protagonist. Like, that blew my mind. And I would love to see them continue the story. I don't think it's going to happen, because they would have already made another game by now. I mean, it was at the beginning of... So, I don't think it'll happen.
I want it to so
the thing
bad.
about those story games is a lot of companies are doing this now, where they'll like be like, hey, at the end of this mission, these are what other people did. So that's a big thing now that's happening,
Yeah,
where they take stats
I love
and
it.
they make the games
I love
off
it.
of the stats.
I love it.
I got another one that's next gen.
What?
They got to be making a Spider-Man sequel, right?
Oh, they have to.
So,
They have to. It did
I
so
want
well.
yeah, that was a PC
Sony.
exclusive. So, or,
PlayStation,
yeah.
PlayStation exclusive. My bad. How did that do? I heard it was good.
I thought it was great. It felt like Batman just...
it surpassed Arkham for superhero.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Arkham was really good. So
Yep.
Yeah. It
That was
had
fun.
it had the feel of Arkham, but it wasn't Arkham.
No, it was its own thing.
Yeah.
It was real good. Real good.
Yeah. It was. You felt familiar,
they
but
gotta
it was
make
fun.
another one then.
Yeah.
So
So much
Spider-Man's a
fun.
bit. There's so many people that love Spider-Man.
Especially
Like, not to make money off that would be stupid.
Yeah, especially because you know the newer Spider-Man is doing so well. Now the game's doing well. Like they why wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They
why
just
wouldn't
made an
something go
animation for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I actually sat down and watched that.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, I finally
Yeah.
watched it.
Fuck yes.
So good. So good.
They're just
Yes.
so they can make so much money off that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Depends on if the first game did well, then they'll have money to just make another one. So
Absolutely.
You know, I am actually interested in this new Avengers game.
Yeah. From Square
Enix.
Yes. It was like Squaresoft.
Everybody's talking bad about it, but I'm
Well,
interested.
welcome to the gamer world. They talk bad about every game.
I'm
Yeah, I know.
excited for it. There's only one thing I have like against it, and it's Captain America and how he looks. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, this looks cool.
Well, yeah. I'm worried about how it's gonna play.
For sure, a lot of people are.
Because a lot of superhero games don't play.
They
very
had a gameplay demo at E3 behind closed doors, and then they played the gameplay demo like on stage at Comic-Con San Diego. So it hasn't released online yet, as far as I know.
well. Yeah.
But hopefully soon.
There also hasn't been a lot of RPG games as of late that I've seen that I've been super interested in, and
They're starting to get bland. That's why they're starting to all blend together.
what it really comes down to is the depth of the world, the story, and the character you play.
I think also like the gamers are becoming like more like need results now. Want to not do all this grinding.
I could care less sometimes.
What about Persona though? That's a big. Well, it's a JRPG though.
Yeah. Japanese RPGs are in a class of their own, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like Witcher, that's a grind. Witcher is a grind.
I heard that game's really really good too.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I would encourage you to get it.
I
know it's like $40.
I was thinking about buying it, but I'm like, I don't really want to play an RPG. I get bored too quick.
This has a lot you can do. Like I did all the side missions before
that's the
I beat
problem.
it. Actually, no. I thought I did all the side missions before I beat it, but there was way more side missions.
That's the problem with the games now is I don't play games like that anymore because there's so much to do. I can't make a decision on what I want to do.
Yep.
Like I played Skyrim 3 times over, and
That's why I stopped playing Witcher. I was like, there's
so much. But I like the variety, and then like Dragon Age Inquisition was a good game that I liked. I didn't like that there wasn't a lot you could like customize. You couldn't go branch out. Like you were in your lane, and I was like, I like that, but I don't like that. So, but the story is what got me.
What about Monster Hunter World? Is that an RPG?
What?
Monster Hunter World? Or is that a
No,
JRPG?
it's not.
Oh no, it's not an RPG.
Oh,
It's kind of like a hack and slash.
that's
Yeah.
grindy.
Yeah, it's hack and slash. It's like Dynasty Warriors.
Kinda, yeah.
Going back to Avengers, May 15th, 2020. It's coming out.
But yeah, Infamous is something that I would love to see next gen for them to come out with. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Sucker Punch there. But I was
Yeah,
like,
Sucker
is that,
Punch.
I thought it was Insomniac. I was like,
No,
maybe
it was
they were
Sucker
focused
Punch.
on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Sucker
And I've actually been following up,
I
and
haven't seen
they're
anything for Sucker Punch in a while.
no, like nothing. It's so weird because I thought it did well. I loved it.
Maybe they're working on that Sly Cooper movie.
Maybe. But
Sly
I am
Cooper,
very,
oh my
very, very, very super excited for what is going to happen with EA with this new Jedi game and how they're finally realizing, oh, people like story, they don't like multiplayer.
Are they finally realizing it though?
No.
Well,
I mean, that's a step in the right direction. Don't get
yes,
me wrong.
and that's
The
what I'm
game looks
excited
amazing.
for. That's
But,
what I'm
like,
excited for.
We'll see.
And like how they're like, no, there is no microtransactions. There is no DLC. It is the story. So
Oh
we
my
will see
God.
what happens.
How many companies in the last 2-3 years have been like, there's no microtransactions, there's no boxes, there's no this. We added them later. It doesn't count. It came out with none. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so we will see what happens, but from right now, it is a non-multiplayer game. And if this does well and they see the error of their way and the CEOs are just like, whatever, fine, we'll do it, I think not only will
I mean,
it'll change not only that, but it will start to change other games, which I hate playing, which is Madden, unfortunately. It's a fun game, but like
that's competitive now.
I
That's
hate
all
it.
it is.
I hate Madden. I'd
It's
rather
basically
play
Madden.
NCAA, but we can't because
Because you can't pay college players because of the NCAA.
and the closest thing you can get is modding it, which
Which
is
is
not good
stupid.
enough. Because I liked playing the game the games
You
like how
play through-
Dynasty
you play through
mode.
college.
Yeah, but it's like 2 games.
Not even. I think it's 1 game.
Yeah, you play 2 games. You play
Yeah, I play 2
playoffs. You play playoffs, and then you play the Super Bowl for college.
or whatever.
The BCS, I think. But you only get to pick like 10 of the big name colleges that are like,
Yep.
they pay big to be on there. Like Florida's on there.
Like NBA.
Yeah,
Kentucky,
like
those
UCLA,
guys.
like UCLA, like Michigan. You're just like, but I want
Literally.
Florida. Florida's not a big basketball team, so they're not on 2K.
Literally, that is just straight up schools getting money for that, and they don't get in trouble for that stuff.
Yeah,
It's just the players. You can't pay players. They have
can't
to
have their image.
They'd have to get paid, and like, yeah, that's a problem. You
Yeah.
probably shouldn't pay college players.
And literally, I preferred NCAA over Madden any
It
day.
was
I
much-
still do.
It was better made that year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would love to see that come back and find a way to bring it back and revive it.
I
'cause
wish there were smaller companies. Now, if Madden didn't just own all the rights.
I wish
everything.
2K could come out with something.
They're-
I mean, it's
they're-
still going to be microtransaction-y, but like just have something different.
I'd like to see something like different so they can compete and actually make it. Like that's how games are made better.
Competition.
Absolutely.
Two companies have to compete to make it better. Like That's why Medal of Honor and Call of Duty has such great stories.
Yep.
Because they had to compete.
Yep.
And
Who was
obviously,
better that
Call of
year?
Duty won.
Well, Call of Duty made a multiplayer, and that's
What beat him out.
that's what beat them.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with I think Medal of Honor had some really great stories.
They did. Actually, when they came into the modern war, the story was actually very in depth. I actually
But
really enjoyed
that's
it.
how they just kind of steamed out because they were just all about the story, and
Not
Call of Duty
everybody
was all
was.
about the money.
Yeah. So, for this new Jedi game, for it to come out, I'm excited to see how it can possibly change the game world from this. I don't think it's going to completely go away, like at all. I think it's going to be still there. But I would like to see more games without the microtransactions, without... I know it's not going to happen, but I can dream.
I think the Star Wars game will have more effect on EA than it will the rest.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Well, not unfortunately and unfortunately.
2K, I think, is too far gone.
I think 2K's gonna just make money because
See, I mean,
it's working.
People still buy it.
I get-
I'm no longer buying it.
I get why people are upset about microtransactions. I know, John, you had a big issue with NBA this past year.
Mhm.
Was this past year? Maybe it was last year.
Not. I was considering buying 19.
Right.
Actually, no. I was considering buying. I don't know if I bought 18. I did buy 18
Okay.
because of how 18 was, and how hard it was to grind from 29 or 69. Sorry, and then I did it on. I kind of just demoed at somebody's house. I was dog sitting and I played their game, and it was the same thing. And just how the system was VC versus your play, to be able to purchase these things, it just didn't seem like it weighed out.
That would be the biggest
Like-
problem for
like-
2K making a football game.
Yeah, like Madden. I played Madden 19, and I was able to level up a very good progression. And I actually saw the progression that I was doing, and like the skill point systems. Not the ones that.
Oh, what, in franchise?
Yeah, like the ones where the newest one, the newest version of it, not the old version. Like the newest version where they give you like you can pick these 3 things and we'll level up for you.
Yeah.
Like how they did that, I actually
That
saw
was-
my
that was-
progression,
that was
and
actually
I actually
You progress a lot faster too from the old one. The old one was terrible. The
Yeah.
old one your player never got better.
yeah.
But in the newer one, they level up pretty fast.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of good to see the progression. I mean, and I started out as a late round draft pick, not a first round where you have.
Well, then you're a
yes.
superstar, so.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I mean, just from personal experience, and I've talked to you about this before, John, I never saw that in NBA. Like, I get it. I understand what you're saying. But for me, like, I've never purchased, like, VC or anything like that. For me, it's always been, like, play the game, earn the currency. If I want to get something, I'll get something. Like,
right.
it's, like you guys mentioned, the grinding with RPG. It was just that with basketball, pretty much, with my experience. Like, yeah, I'll play this basketball game. Yeah, I'll get some points. Yeah, I'll sit on the bench and skip forward until I'm back on the field or court, and then just go from there and, eventually work my way up. So, I don't know. That was never a big thing for me. I just enjoyed playing the game, and I didn't mind that I was playing 6 basketball games a night. It was just like, yeah, I'm having fun with this, and I'm not buying any of the currency because you don't deserve it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like once you get sucked into that pit, you're there. You're in it. There's no way out. Because like I did it the first time and I was like, oh wow. Now I feel like I can actually play. Because I remember like when 2K11 came out and I was playing, that was hard. That was extremely hard. Like Sean was good at it, but I was not. And then there was a cheat where you could put in and you could actually be Jordan in his rookie year and you could pick whatever team you wanted to go to.
Cool.
And then you would go there. And he actually started out with good stats. And that made it more fun for me because I think they make you start off with really low stats and they try and coax you into, oh yeah, you can buy it so you can
Fair enough.
get more
Okay.
stats.
I mean, at the same time, they're starting you with low stats because what rookie starts with high stats?
Right. So I think it's just the experience of play. Like, maybe you don't like the grow with your character to get better. Like, you'd prefer, it seems like you prefer, like,
You prefer
I
like
have a set
4-year
ability,
guy.
let's go adventure, per se.
Exactly.
So, like, Witcher, for example. You love Witcher.
Mhm.
He's pretty set with what he's got. Like, yeah, you learn more spells and stuff, but like,
But he's good at what he
he's
does.
not just gonna go out there and be like, and he's got to
Right.
learn how to use his sword
He's
or
not,
whatever.
he's not gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
with his sword,
Right.
So,
'cause
like,
he's a
you're-
veteran.
That's more
Yeah.
of your experience.
I think I would like it better if they gave you an option, kind of like how Madden does it. Madden's like, are you a first round draft pick, so you have high initial stats, or are you a late round pick, which you have low initial stats? But then where there is a con, there is a pro.
Okay.
Yeah,
If they did it
because-
like that, I think it would be more advantageous for me to buy because I see that it outweighs it. But every year it's, oh, you're an undrafted person. It's like, no, like when I bought 12, I fought my butt off to get that top spot, and I could never get it, but Sean got it. Like, it was possible. It happened. You did it. And then every single year until we got to, like, PlayStation 4, like, PlayStation 4 is like, no, this is a story. You're going into the story. You don't get a choice. Like, you don't get to be first overall anymore. It's like, what's the point?
That's what Madden just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Madden
enough.
just did that with the new game. And
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I loved the fact of grinding to earn my spot,
Mhm.
and then when I earned it, I'm like, yes, I got it,
Right.
and then playing the game.
Yeah.
But now it's just it's
Well,
all story.
In,
No, I
2000
agree, yeah,
in
those
2009, in the 2019 Madden, I actually made a quarterback, and in preseason I beat out Eli Manning for the starting job.
Hey.
Yeah, like I liked how in NCAA that there was a progression. So like you can in high school you work your butt off to earn the scholarship, but that doesn't mean you're starter. Like you earn a scholarship, you're going to be third or second string.
Yeah.
Depending on how good you do after you get the scholarship, is it you're going to get first string.
That makes sense.
That's what Madden should do. Like
That's why I like NCAA so much better. You're a
Like-
5-star. You're a 5-star recruit. Okay, this is how we're going to treat a 5-star recruit.
That-
You're going to be second or first string.
That's
You gotta earn
exactly
the rest.
why I want a college game to come back, because I want to start in high school and grow from high school.
Yep.
Have all these bad abilities in high school, overthrowing everything because I'm a high schooler.
Well,
and
actually-
go all the way up to NFL.
Actually, it's you're the best person on the field.
Yeah,
in
no,
high
I
school.
don't. I want that. I want
But when you go to college-
I want to play in high school. Like start off in high school, and with how I play and how I learn through practices, we'll see. If
Oh, I
I'm
see
like
what
a
you
1-star recruit or a 5-star recruit.
So you want to start like your junior year and learn, and then
Yeah,
have
play
2
like
years
2
of
years of high school and then go into college. See if I was a 5-star recruit because I won a bunch of high school games.
Yeah, I like that.
Like have all the high schoolers
I
be
think
like
that's awesome.
like level 4, like have like 40 stats and stuff like that.
That'd be,
'cause they're all
that'd be
bad.
cool. I know it sounds similar to what WWE tried to do a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You would start in the performance center, and you would
Right.
like learn
Work your way.
and
Then they would
then
determine
depending
where you
on
go.
how your matches went, you get like a star rating of how you performed and like the drama and all that stuff, and then you'd get drafted to one of the higher shows. So they had the concept of that. However, it was ass because it took
Yeah.
8 years. Like it took fucking forever where you're in the performance center. And for some reason, at least in my experience, I wrestled the same motherfucker for like 3 months
That was-
straight.
that
I'm
was-
like, no!
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like WWE anymore. They would do that with every
Yeah.
storyline.
They're like, oh, it's so great, but then like once you get into the game, you're just like, where's the feuds?
Mhm.
Where's the drama?
Like, I would've
I've
been-
wrestled this person 5 weeks straight
I would
in a
have
row.
been fine with sticking in the performance center and learning, but just like you said, feuds. Like they had storylines where people would run and attack you, or something would happen
But there was-
backstage.
there was- it was
but it was
random.
like, why is this why is it just this guy? You have 20 other people I can fight.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
No randomization.
Yeah.
That's
So
bad.
yeah, like kind of like when that game, like you hoped and prayed, please don't send me to NXT. Please don't send me to NXT. Just send me to the main roster because you at least get a variety of who you're going to go up against.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like
I don't know. Maybe it was just because NXT was still a new thing, so they only had that small group of NXT people. Like maybe with the upcoming years. Like
Yeah.
I didn't play this year's storyline at all.
I
but
think
that was
probably
pure
this year
different
or
story.
next year.
this year, you
Probably
actually
good.
you don't start out at the performance center.
Wow,
Now
you're
I
like
watched.
indies.
Yeah, you're like indie. Like somebody's like you're at
Oh, is
you're
it-
in a gymnasium for a school, and you get found by Triple H, and then the story is you piss him off somehow, and he
Right.
fires you
Oh.
before you even get a chance.
Oh
and you
yeah,
gotta
no,
earn
I
your way
watched the
back.
storyline. I've actually watched.
Which
the
I thought
storyline.
that was kind of cool.
What happened was you go in, You get found by Triple H. You go into your first match and you get attacked by a random guy from the audience.
Mhm.
It's actually your manager who's managing you, and you fight your way back. How you fight your way back by pissing Triple H off is coming out of the audience and attacking all of his fucking fighters. So like the whole time you're just like every show he's just attacking a new fighter. Oh, his security comes out. You beat up all of his security. And it was pretty funny. And then at the end of it, Triple H is like, okay, cool. You're fighting the guy that ruined your career. Because Triple H knew it all along. So it was actually a really good storyline. I thought it was fantastic. It was pretty cool.
I never gave it a try, but
That
like
sounds
I said,
pretty cool.
the one like you were talking about with progression, I thought that was a great idea. Just execution wise, they fucked
But it makes sense. So EA is not going to do it.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that how much it would cost and how hard it would be to do something.
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
dude, EA NHL, that was so much freaking fun. And I only played for a demo, and I was actually having fun. Like, I was doing terrible, but I was having fun. And my guy wasn't progressing as fast as I wanted him to, but I was having fun. And, like, I would get put down to the D League and then back up into the normal league, and but I was having fun. And, like, it's the same makers.
You gotta also understand. No, it's not the same makers.
Well, I mean, it's same big company.
It's the same big company. They're not all under the same studio.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a different studio.
Right.
That studio's coming up with different ideas. This studio's coming up with different
I
ideas.
just wish that whoever is doing Madden would kind of be like, here, we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna try something new.
The thing is, they're trying to bring more people in with a story, and it's going terribly. I hate it. But like, they also trying to keep Mutt like super popular because that is what makes them money.
Yeah, as long as Mutt is alive, that's how
Madden's gonna stay alive is Mutt, not the story.
And quite honestly, that's
and how many people really want to start from high school and go all the way to the NFL? I do. I don't know how many people want to, but no one's ever said it.
Well,
no one's ever been like, "Hey, do this."
You could do it. You could merge what you guys both said. Do the high school to NFL thing, but also like you mentioned, the pros and cons of like picking how you play. Do you start shitty or do you start good? You could do that. Like I want to start in the NFL, but maybe I'm not starter, or do I want to start here and then work your way up?
Yeah,
like,
and you don't need a story.
You're 16 years old.
Yeah, you don't need a story. You can make your own story. Like in NCAA, like I made up my own story in my head. Like that's what imagination is for. Like
the problem is people would want like stories made for them, and so they'd have to go all the way back to high school and have several different roads you can take, and that would take years to figure out. And I don't
then here's the simple thing.
Plus college, you'll have to like pay all the colleges that you want to put in there.
Yeah.
That's why there's only like 10 colleges because they don't want to pay all the colleges because they're all gonna be like, oh, my name's in it, give me money.
Yeah.
Because they're that way, and so it would be almost impossible to get all the colleges.
And honestly, I
on
think
there.
that's kind of what was really messed up with NCAA. It's like the colleges were still getting money, but the kids were not getting paid.
Yeah.
And yet,
honestly,
the game got suspended and said it was no longer able to, but nothing got done for the reprimations for like the schools.
My big no, that's never gonna happen. They have too much money. My biggest thing about college players being paid is a terrible idea. They're already getting paid with a free scholarship and school, and no one on those rosters for college kids give a crap about their free scholarship. There's some that are like business degree, boom, I'm gonna learn how to finance all my money once I get in the NFL. I'm never gonna have to worry about money.
Exactly.
Some of those kids are really smart. They actually
the ones that normally go to the NFL are pretty smart.
That's not true at all.
I'll say.
Guess why AP's still in the league? He has no money.
Oh well, yeah. I would say like 6 out of 10 are smart.
I'd say the lowest percentage, like 1% of the 1%.
Well, no,
actually
you're
doing the right thing.
I mean, well, we're also talking about like the ones that we always see.
So, like, who are we actually talking about?
Like I'm talking about Dominic Sue. I'm talking about. I just had his name.
Gronkowski's really smart with his money.
Yeah.
Tom Brady doesn't need to have money because his wife makes more than him.
Obviously.
So Russell Wilson's spending every freaking dime.
Well, he's also a baseball player now, so.
I mean, he's been a baseball player for a while now. so he makes a crap load of money. But at the same time, still, they spend a ton of money. The Mannings have had a finance forever since Archie was in football, so that doesn't count because they've always known how to do it. There's only so many people that know how to do it, and some of them are families that are telling them how to do it.
Right.
A lot of these kids that come in here that are like the 6th round or the 4th round or like the 1st round. Like I saw the guy I wanted on our team, Josh Allen. He is covered in really expensive stuff. That dude's gonna spend all of his money. He knows he's gonna be a top pick. He knows he's the best. Spending all of his money. He's not gonna finance any of it. He's not gonna live off like $60,000 a year. There's not very many players that do it. There's so many players that are playing into their 30s with injuries to make more money because they lost it all already.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they're all pretty bad about that, and that's why getting
there was like 4 or 5 I had. I just can't remember their names.
Yeah, 4 or 5 out of how many people are in that league?
But they were all big name people. But then there are others that are not like you don't know the kicker.
I can
or
definitely tell you
punter's
there's
name.
many more big name players that spend all their money and they save it. So that's my point. Of there's 1% of the 1% that actually like Gronkowski never spent a paycheck at the Patriots. Super smart guy. But then again, his whole family's in football too.
Yeah.
Teaching
him what to do.
Like the Watts, I'm pretty sure J.J. Watt still has a crap load of money too.
Yeah, but he does a lot of volunteering. He does a lot of philanthropy work. So a lot of it goes to that.
He literally spends his money on charities. So
yeah.
And then T.J. Watt knows how to do everything too already.
I've seen his brother do it, and then they have another brother who's Chargers. Yeah, we're talking about sports.
So next gen consoles. That was a great topic.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for a break. I'm like,
Yeah, we're talking about sports.
That's why it's called the Wait What We Talk About podcast. So.
Yeah.